Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. In this episode, we're going to be focusing on the health and happiness of our little duplicants. Now, before we go on, I just want to tell you, if you've got the vaguest interest in this game, go and check the link in the video description. You can get 33% off if you follow that link. Oh yeah, 33% off, Oxygen Not Included. Just follow the link in the video description. So let's get to this. So health and happiness. Well, what's it all about? Well, we're going to start off and get our priorities sorted out. So we're going to go up to priorities. We brought in Alex, and you'll notice the names have changed because I've renamed all of our little duplicants after some of my channel members and Patreon supporters. So we've got Lucy, and I've kind of honoured the names. So this was Shadow Lucifer, who's now I call her Lucy anyway. And then we've got Honkle Briff and Corpse Hatch and Squeezle and Alex. And that's actually for two Alexes. So I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone and just have one Alex to cover both of them. So we've got those in. I just want to set up like Alex's priorities. Now, Alex, first of all, let's go and look at his skills first. Alex has got one skill point to allocate. Now he's got 7 in athletics, which points him towards improved carrying for supply. And this is, we could either go improved carrying or we could go improved strength, but I'm going to go with supply. We'll have him running around nice and fast, carrying things to where they need to be. So that's going to give him +2 strength, which is going to increase his carrying capacity by 400 kilograms, which is kind of huge. So we'll do that, and we'll give him his hat, improved carrying. All right. Okay. Let's see. Now he should go straight. Here he comes. Here comes Alex, and it's going to print him a new hat. Woo! And he looks very, very happy about it. Good. Right, let's give my dupes something to do because they don't have a great deal to do at the moment. Now, over here, need to be a little bit careful because not only are we close to rupturing this room, which is full of chlorine gas, and we don't want to let all of that into our base. Also, we need to be careful of the temperature. Now, temperature is one of the things that you need to manage to keep not just your dupes healthy, but also your plants, specifically your plants, because what normally happens is when your base overheats, you stop producing food and you end up starving to death. So it's important to keep an eye on your base and see, where is it warm? Where's that going to be a problem? Right, we've just completed our research. So we've got fine art researched. So let's get some more research queued up. We want the airflow tile, and we also want the insulated tile. The airflow tile will allow us to get gases flowing nicely around our base. We'll talk about that in a second. And for keeping the hot temperatures out, or keeping the cool temperatures in, or even keeping the cool temperatures out if you happen to be on a frozen asteroid, then the insulated tile is what you want. So let's get that queued up. Get them researching that. Okay, they've done this bit, so let's get this floor put in. By the way, if you want to go in straight lines and you keep kind of going off, if you just hold down the shift key, it'll only let you draw in a perfectly straight line, which is very handy. I had a few questions, by the way, about putting these doors like this. People were like, why don't you just put 2 tiles there? These are pneumatic doors. They allow airflow through them, even if they're locked. You can kind of see that they're mesh. They allow gases to flow through them. And because we didn't have the airflow tiles yet, it's a good idea to use those pneumatic doors. They do a good job. And actually, we'll talk more about that because I'm not sure that I'm going to replace these. I was going to replace these with airflow tiles, but I noticed that there are decor reasons why you might not want to do that. We'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, so they're getting on with stuff. I'm going to speed this up now so they can get on with that. Okay, so where were we? I did the skills priorities. Now that we've sorted the skills out for Alex. Alex, we want Alex to be doing things like tidying. So we will set him to be very high priority for tidying up. Oh, that research is already complete. We're also going to set him to be very high priority for supplying and storing things. So let's set him to be very high priority for that. Very high priority. He's going to be doing all the running around jobs. Now let's see. Squeezle. Squeezle's got is our rancher. I think I'm going to say let's set everybody to very low except Squeezle, who's going to be very high, Now, Squeezle has strength 3, so that means she gets a carrying capacity bonus. So I think I'm going to set her to be just a high priority, not a very high priority, but a high priority. So if she's not doing any ranching or indeed farming because she's got improved agriculture, so we'll make farming very very high priority, and then just a high priority for the others. Okay, I think I'm happy with how that is now. So good, we can get on with that. They've done the ventilation research. Good. So has that given me? That's given me the gas breeze, the gas pipe, the gas pump, and the gas vent. So the next bit of research will give me the airflow tiles. So let's talk oxygen for a second. This is, after all, oxygen not included. So here is our oxygen overlay. This shows us the breathable air within the base, and blue is good and red is bad. So up here, this is oxygen. Now, a high pressure oxygen environment would be up around 2,000 grams per tile. This is currently at around 1,1200, 1,300 in some places up here, which is good. That's very breathable. But you can see that as you come down, it starts to drop, and down here it's like 570. Down here 570, not so great. It's still breathable. It's not terrible. They will be able to breathe in their bedrooms. But down here, if we look at this is actually carbon dioxide, and that is bad in a bedroom because they'll keep waking up. And if they keep waking up during the night, they'll start to get stressed out. So we want to do something about that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this area over here. So if you look around the map, like, you might be tempted to just throw in another oxygen diffuser, right? And the problem with that is, this is currently using 300 watts. So it's this, and this. Let's put the power overlay on. So this is using 300 watts. But this only produces 400. If we put in another oxygen diffuser, we wouldn't be able to run it. And then you'd be like, well, okay, so I've got to put in another one of these hamster wheels in. The problem is then you've got 2 dupes doing that, and you end up not having any dupes to do anything around the base. And when you've only got a few dupes, you've got to try and be as optimized as possible. So rather than go straight for another oxygen diffuser, there are other things that you can do. For example, we can look for oxalite. So we've still got oxalite down here. This has got over 2,000 grams. It's a high pressure oxygen area here. But there's more oxalite, so there's more oxygen to be released. There's more down here. This is almost 1,800 grams, so that's more oxygen that could be released. More oxalite there, more oxalite there. But over here, this is quite a big cave. It's filled with nice high pressure oxygen. It's up around 1,800 grams per tile. And there's 1, 2, 3 pieces of oxalite, and there's 2 more down there. So this is something that we want to release. Let's see, if I get on to dig over to, say, there, then put a door. Now, the reason I put a door on is because I don't want these shine bugs to get out, because they're making the decor in here very, very good. This is maximum decor 120 plus 120. So we want to keep it like that, because when our dupes go in there, they'll get a nice boost from that. We'll talk more about decor later in this video. Okay, so I want to put in a pneumatic door to keep the bugs in. And then I'm going to put a tile on the top, and I'm going to let them get that built. Get that built, and then once this is all built, then I'll open this up. I'll put a ladder in here so that they can get in. Okay, so what am I going to do up here? I'm actually going to move this bedroom further up. You can see it's a good idea to have your bedrooms high up on your base. Because if you do have problems with, for example, carbon dioxide starting to rise, or your oxygen pressure just starting to get a bit low, if your bedrooms are at the top, then you've got the best chance of your dupes sleeping through the night, which is obviously a very good thing. Let's have a look. We can bring in another dupe if there's a good one. Oh, that is a fantastic researcher. Researcher and diver's lungs. Diver's lungs is one of the best bonuses that you can get. Decreased air consumption by the dupe, and it's significant. They consume about 1/3 less oxygen. These two, Not really. I'm going to wait for a cook. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to take this rust. This rust can be useful because rust is oxidized iron, and obviously you can process that and release the oxygen to produce oxygen. So that's a good one. Let's print that out. Cool, excellent. So at this point, once you're producing enough oxygen, you're producing enough food. You haven't got any temperature worries. You've got your bedrooms made. Then you should. I tend to get carried away and start, doing like complex things. This is the time to consolidate and get your base sorted out. Get everything running very, very smoothly. So let's talk skills for a second because Lucy's got an extra skill, and I want to talk to you about skills versus morale. Okay, so this is the morale that's needed by this dupe. He needs 1 morale, and then this is the morale that he currently has. He's got 6 morale, and he's getting 6 morale because he ate in the mess hall, which gives him 3 morale. He had a 2-shift break. That's in the schedule for the dupes. They get a break in the morning and before they go to bed. So he gets +1 from that. He gets +1 because he used a latrine room. He gets +1 just for being a duplicant. And then he learned an interesting skill, which is +1, and he ate a grisly meal, which is -1, netting him 6 morale. The morale that he needs is 1. Now, as you start adding more skills, you'll see, if you look at this as I mouse over, it tells you, if I add field research, his needed morale is going to go up to 3. And if I added astronomy, it would go up to 6. And if I added rocket piloting, it would go up to 16. Okay, so we're gonna add field research because obviously we're covering that fine, no problem. But as you add skills, you need to be very careful that you don't exceed their morale, because otherwise they'll start to get very stressed out. Let's talk about stress for a second. Let's click on Squeezle. So if we look at the stress, you can see the change per cycle. Currently, Squeezle is getting minus 20%. That means her stress is being reduced by 20% every day, and that's because she's got high morale. But there are negative things. So, for example, if we go down here and look at Honkelbrief will have a negative because he's soaking wet now. Here we go. Look, sopping wet. Stress plus 20% per cycle. So it's important to get that big plus 20% boost from morale to avoid them getting stressed out. The other thing that you can do to boost them is to give them nice decor. That will also reduce their stress. Now, they get a boost from the average decor that they've experienced throughout the day. But rather than trying to get the decor everywhere fantastic, people set up what are referred to as decor bombs, which is to make the decor in areas where they spend a fair amount of time really high. So we're going to be doing some of that. Okay, we've got research complete. Excellent. Let's go into here. So let's see, what have we got? We've now got the insulated tile and we've got the airflow tile. I'm also going to get this one, decontamination. This gives us a deodorizer, which allows us to filter out polluted oxygen and produce regular oxygen, which is going to be very, very useful. So let's get that going. And then down here, they're about to do this. Let's put in that airflow tile there. And while I've got the airflow tiles out, let's talk about airflow in the base. I'm going to put in some airflow tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, right up the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to allow gases to flow up and down through here. We've got it flowing up and down through there, through there. So we should have nice airflow through the base. We've got the next bit of research going on. We've got a couple more skill points, Honkelbrief and Corpse Hatch. Let's go and check out their skills. So, Honkelbrief. Oh, did I give Lucy a new hat? Oh, no, I didn't. She can upgrade her hat to the field research hat. Honkelbrief. Honkelbrief, we want to give you... Okay, super hard digging. And we'll upgrade your hat to the super hard digging hat. And Corpse Hatch... Ah, yes, now we get aesthetic design. This will give +2 creativity. And that's actually important. And I'll show you why in a second. And you can upgrade to the aesthetic design hat. Hooray. Okay, the reason that is important in the mess hall, to convert this to a great hall, we need a plus 22 decor, sorry, a plus 20 decor item. And in order to create that, if I go to furniture, go to the large sculpting block, in order to create a plus 20 item, we're going to need a duplicant, an artist, a decorator, who has a skill of around about 14, I think it is. Now, who is, where's our artist? You're our artist, aren't you? Corpse Hatch. Let's have a look. If we look at your skills, I can let you run around now. Creativity, 14. We've got creativity up to 14. Now, that will mean that we'll be able to create a sculpting block or a sculpture of sufficient decor to give us the Great Hall. And the Great Hall is awesome because it's going to give us a morale boost going from +3 for the mess hall to +6. And that is a nice boost. And that's going to allow us to get our skills up for a while without having to worry. Now, look at this. Let's switch to the overlay. And you'll see, with a 3-tile gap, and this being fairly high pressure, you'll see this drifting up and starting to permeate into here quite quickly. We've got a little bit of sand there that needs digging out. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so what am I going to do up here? Well, I'm going to move this bedroom. Now, why am I moving this bedroom? Well, it's because down here, I want to create a carbon dioxide trap. And we're going to store our food here, which is close to our mess room. So again, it's optimizing the movement of the dupes. Okay, things are coming along nicely. We need to get some more research queued up. So let's get the next bit of research queued up. So what have we got? We've got the insulated tiles, we've got the air filters. Let's see. Got the air filters. At this point, there's a few things that I want. Gases, liquid, and power. I think I'm just going to grab... There's one item that I quite like to grab, which is the park sign. This classifies an area as either a park or a nature reserve. It also will get us refrigerators, which is something that I want to use now as well. So let's grab that. Get them researching that. I decreased the priority on the generator for a while, but I think we'll crank that up again now that they're doing some research. Now over here we've got our first statues completed. Now if I click on this, we should see decor 22. So we're over the 20. So now if we look at this room, it should be a great hall, morale +6, and that is awesome sauce. Because if we go and look at our dupes, so yeah, look, morale 12 now. Only needs 3. That's perfect. Squizzle's got a skill that we can get. Oh, now improved farming. Do we go for critter ranching or crop tending? You know, I'm going to go initially for crop tending because we're not doing any critter ranching at the moment. We will be doing some in the future, but for now, that's fine. Oh, we have got a shine bug loose. Where did that shine bug come from? I must have released it from somewhere, but heaven only knows where I got that from. Now, what I can do is just get rid of it for now, I think. Yeah, kill. Sweet. I want to get this area cleaned up. So let's talk decor for a second. In this area, we want to create a decor bomb, which is gonna really power our guys up with lots of nice decor. So let's take a look at this area, and you can see that in the middle it's pretty nice, right? But we've still got loads of nasty stuff lying around on the floor. So let's start getting rid of that. And you can see, like, there's still loads of stuff lying around all over the base. This is a job that we need to catch up with. So we're going to start dealing with this. Let's start off with the mess hall. So I'm going to say sweep, and I'm going to say priority 7. Get this done. I want this area clean. So hopefully our dupes will come down. Yes, they're going to whiz through this pretty quickly. Because fortunately, the storage is right here. This is the nice thing about having your storage, like, pretty much in the center of your base. We can maybe bring in another duplicate. Let's have a look. We've got researcher. Oh, a buff researcher. That would be kind of good. No. I think for now, I'm just going to reject it. I could bring in this pufflet, but we'll be doing puffs later. So for now, yeah, I'm going to reject all of them. And don't be afraid to reject all. It's much better to reject them all and wait to get a dupe that you really want. Now, I've rearranged the bedroom slightly. and I've separated them. Before I had 2 beds in one room. Now I've separated them out. And this is because we want to have separate bedrooms that eventually will go from being being barracks to being proper bedrooms. A single comfy bed. Now, a single comfy bed is 3 spaces wide, which is why I've left the extra space. Okay, so they finished clearing out this this area. So now let's have a look at the decor. Oh, it's all a bit nicer over here. We're plus 77, but we want to get this maxed out. Now, the other thing is, because this is now a great hall, we can actually make it larger. So let's see, we can go up to 120 tiles, which is fine. So we'll get some pneumatic doors. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Now, why am I still using pneumatic doors? Why am I not using some of these nice airflow tiles in here? And let me just show you for why. If we look at one of these airflow tiles and we look at the decor, these actually have a minus 4.5 decor. So they make the decor worse. Whereas these pneumatic doors, decor's 0. So in areas where you want the decor to be high, you're better off using these pneumatic doors than using the airflow tiles. Like even here, I could actually put in 2 of these pneumatic doors sideways. It would actually be better than this, but I argue with myself because the aesthetics in me would prefer to use the airflow tiles, but the min-maxer in me says, no, these are better. Okay. Now the other thing is, these mess tables, these also increase the decor, right? So we want to be able to utilize those. I'm going to deconstruct those. These sculptures have a range of 8 tiles. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple more statues going. What do I want? Furniture and large sculpting blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that comes out to there. So I'm going to put, let's see, there, what's there, there. Yeah, I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there. And then, because these got a 2-tile radius, I'm actually going to spread these out. I need another mess table anyway. So let's get mess table. So we're going to have mess table there, 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 there. I'm going to prioritize a couple of them. Get them built quickly. Oh, this is going to be a really, really nice room. There's one other thing I'm going to do to maximize the decor in here, which is, what do I want? I want furniture, and I want to put in these crown moldings. Okay, these crown moldings, they are plus 5 decor in a radius of 3 tiles. So if we put these across there, the center I don't think we need. I mean, I think we'll just put them across there and across there. We'll leave it open where we've got the tiles. Okay, so they put in. I'm going to deconstruct that one and deconstruct that one. So we've now spaced the tables out. Right, so let's let them build that and see, is it any good? Okay, things are really coming along. It's taken a little bit of time to get all of this done, but we've got this laid out now. I've created my little carbon dioxide trap here to help this catch carbon dioxide. I'm just going to put in some airflow tiles here. I've made it actually 1 bigger, just to allow better carbon dioxide flow into here. And you don't have to like demolish these. You can just paint over these with a new tile type. I'm going to do the same over here. And the idea is that, and it's already starting to happen, carbon dioxide, like when they sleep, the dupes will produce carbon dioxide as they sleep. And that carbon dioxide, there's a bit of red carbon dioxide. See, it won't drop down here, but once we've got these airflow tiles in place, it'll drop down. So let's increase the priority on those, because I want to start getting that carbon dioxide caught. Let's see, how are we over? Yeah, we've already got some carbon dioxide down here. It won't take long. They produce a fair amount of carbon dioxide while they're sleeping. And all of that's going to drift down into here very nicely. Okay, while they're getting that done, oh, they've almost finished the decor in here. Let's see how they're getting on with the decor in here. Oh, look at this. This is 99, 115, 120. So from that point onwards, it's 120 all the way across to the middle. So while they're sitting there eating, they're going to be getting blasted with maximum decor. We also want to get them nice and high up in the bedrooms, but for that we need to clean the bedrooms out. So next job is I've got to rearrange this bedroom and bathroom over here with the same layout as this. So they've now got lovely private rooms, and then here, let's see, have we, how much carbon dioxide? You know what? I think we probably got close to enough carbon dioxide in there. What we're going to do is we're going to take our refrigerators. Now we're not going to power them because that would produce heat, which we want to keep out of our base. But I'm just going to put. You know what? We don't really need 3 right now. I'm just going to put 1 in there. 1 refrigerator in there, and for now, 1 refrigerator in here. Where was it? Food. Here we go. One refrigerator over here. Okay, so we're just starting cycle 31. And things are looking pretty darn good. We're just finishing off the last of the sweeping up stuff. I've had to put in a second algae storage because our first one is completely full. So we've got plenty of algae, so we're not going to run out of oxygen anytime soon. We are building up the carbon dioxide in our little carbon dioxide traps, which is beautiful. So pretty soon we'll be able to move our food over there. I've been doing research. We've done quite a bit of research. We've done the liquids. So we've got the basic plumbing, we've got the air system, so we've got the electrolyzer, which converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. We've got all the sanitation things, so we've got lavatories and showers and sinks, so we can upgrade our bathrooms. And we've got the gas filter and the liquid filter, so that we can filter out different gases and different liquids and separate them from each other. We've also got the gases done. So we can do basic liquids, basic gases, we can do basic liquids, and also I've been working on, the last thing I did was the power. So we now have power regulation, which gives us bigger batteries and switches and stuff, and we've got internal combustion, so we can get a coal generator going. We've got to work out how to deal with carbon dioxide, but that's for another episode. And I've done the fossil fuels, which gives us the natural gas generator, and the advanced power regulation, which gives us the hydrogen generator. So we've got all kinds of options for generating power, but power's for another episode. Right now, it's all about finishing off these last bits of sweeping and seeing how's our decor. So let's, while they look at that, let's look at our oxygen situation. So our oxygen situation is fine. We're blue everywhere. All the bedrooms are blue. Carbon dioxide down here, it's trapped in this room, it's not, this is sealed now. Carbon dioxide building up in here, so that's looking good, and we're going to be improving oxygen production going forward. So as far as being healthy is concerned, they've got oxygen to breathe, they've got loads of food, we're up to 120,000 kilocalories, awesome sauce. How's the temperature? Temperature's looking good down here, but it's starting to warm up a little bit here, so we're going to be using those insulated tiles. In fact, let's get an insulated tiles. Now, what am I going to use for this? I should have mentioned, by the way, when you're putting in statues, you can actually increase the decor, and these crown mouldings, you can actually increase the decor slightly by changing what you make the items with. So I've been making everything with sandstone because I know that a lot of this stuff is going to be remade later when we've got better decorating skills, but for now it's fine. But for example, if you use granite, then it would add actually 20% to the decor of that item. So that's well worth knowing about. What else? What else? Good Lord, there's so much. Oh yeah, I was going to do the insulated tiles up here, wasn't I? Yeah, so we can start putting those in. And what I'd like to do is try and get these corner pieces done first. And they will go through a corner. So if we put a row in like that and tell them dig out that tile and extend the ladder up a little bit like that so that they can reach them, we can start to insulate this, and we can put in a roof along here and insulate the base from this increased temperature and keep things nice and cool. So we're keeping our dupes pretty healthy. Their temperature's good, oxygen's good, food's good. And as far as morale is concerned, I'm pretty sure it's going to be through the roof. we've got a bunch of skills to allocate. Lucy, you can go for. Now we could go straight for astronomy researching to boost your science, and you know what? Let's do it. So that boosts you up to needing what? Another 3 morale. So you're up to needing 6 morale now, but you've got 13. You're perfectly happy. Honkelbrief, the same. You are a digger, aren't you? So we'll go super hard digging. Oh, I need to give them the super hats. You can have your astronomy hat. Corpse hatch. Yeah, you can go to Masterworks now. That'll increase his creativity even more. That's awesome. So we'll give you the Masterworks hat. Squeezle. Yeah. Now do I get? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like what the hell? She's gonna be doing farming and ranching, I think. I just need to be careful that I don't get her too high up. Yeah, let's take you up to improved farming 2, and we'll give you the improved farming 2 hat, and then Alex finally. Now Alex, I think we'll go improved carrying 2. Eventually, you're going to be getting exosuit training, but I think for now we'll give you improved strength, so you can carry lots more. All right, that's going to help us with our cleaning up going forward. All right, how's the decor looking? Well, the decor is not looking too bad. We've got a real decor bomb going on in here. This is all maxed out. In the bedrooms, it's pretty good. I would like it a bit higher. We'll have to get some paintings in here to max these out. I could put some extra statues in here, but it's fine for now. I will get an extra statue there. So you can see this is 100, 110, 105. So yeah, it's pretty darn good in here. So if we take a look at one of our dupes, let's see, how's things with your morale? Your morale's at 13. Look at that, Great Hall plus 6. That's all looking great. But if we look at your stress, high morale, 20. Minus 20 per cycle. Smell fouls, well fed. Yeah, it's all looking pretty darn good. So healthy, happy, looking great. Guys, come back for the next episode. Don't forget, 33% off the game. Check out the link in the video description, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.